This is a show where I pass the time.
Man, this show's gonna shake up the world more than you ever even imagined. Right when you think it's the beginning, it's the end.
Captain by a hook with a red beard. Cap by a hook with a red beard.
The love is the book. Man, please. All about my bread like some ham and cheese. Bruce Thornton. My guy, Bruce. That's my guy. I'll claim it. 31 points, 6 assists, 3 steals. Ohio State gets a huge, much needed win after losing to Illinois over the weekend. Ohio State 73-70, winning over number 18 Maryland, bringing their record to 6-6 in Big Ten play. Ohio State staying in the bubble. Huh? What? Super Bowl? In 2 days? Holy coyote, Batman. The biggest football game of the year is here. It is. 48 plus 8, carry to 2, 55 some odd hours away from watching the cameras flash as they kick it off. And there's nobody better to talk football with than my man, Jaden Chandler from the JC Pod. It's Captain by a Hook, baby, with the red beard, presented by Stare Down Sports. Stare down greatness. Speaking of staring down greatness, we got the Chiefs, Mahomes, Kelsey, Reed going for a three-peat, and we got the Eagles, Hurts, Barkley, Brown, Smith, Sirianni, all looking to capture the gleam that comes with winning the
Capture
Super Bowl 59 live from New Orleans, Louisiana. We're here, baby. What's the dang deal?
Man, feels good to be back. As you alluded to, I'm sure your boy was basically dead with the flu for a week and a half while recovering from surgery, so that wasn't fun. But as you can see,
Man,
we back.
I got a text
How you
message
doing,
from
man?
you. It said I got influenza A. I said, this
The
motherfucker's
worst kind.
gonna die, huh? Took me 3 days to realize you just had the flu.
Man, coughing up blood. It wasn't good, man. We were dying, but we back, man. How you doing?
Oh, man.
It's your time of
Gearing up.
season.
Oh, the
I
best
was
time
say
of
it's
season.
about breakdown time, isn't it? On every
It's the
show.
greatest time of the year, and you know it's the greatest time of the year because even football says we're going to take a week off to watch some college hoops.
It's for sure not the NBA, even though the NBA tried to make it about themselves this time. Crazy trades.
If they think the trade deadline, even trading superstars like they have, can you like it doesn't even light a candle to a fire that is
Man,
the NFL Super Bowl.
let them think so. They're 3.5 million viewers and everything that they're excited about. Let them.
I literally heard
Okay.
somebody talking about the Luka trade on the radio yesterday, and I could not only tell from their voice they didn't give a hot ham about this. Me as a listener didn't give a hot ham about this. You talk
That
about that
was
shit on Monday, bro. Jimmy Butler to who? I don't give a damn.
man. R.I.P. Jimmy, man.
That's your boy.
NBA just died. That was my boy. Now he's a
You
traitor.
you want to know how insignificant the trade deadline is? One of my favorite players from one of my favorite teams got traded, and I ain't even know. Still
Oh,
don't
your
know
boy.
what the hell he got traded for. All of a sudden, I see a picture of Brandon Ingram in a Raptors jersey.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they just traded him. They finally were just like, screw it, we got to trade him to somebody.
And I don't even know who the hell they traded him for, what they traded him for. Did not give a damn what or who they
Didn't
traded
tell
him
you.
for.
Don't say. I just read the name. I'm just like, oh, that's cool. Then just went about my day.
Man,
Who gives a damn? It's the Super Bowl.
that's
NBA
what
still
I'm
has like
trying to tell
5 months
you.
left till the playoffs. No, you're right. You're exactly right. I'm 100% with you. You're exactly right on that. Who gives a damn? It's
Man,
about the Chiefs. It's about the Eagles. It's about history chasing this. A Lombardi.
you
Man,
got the Eagles winning, huh?
I do not. I after flip flopping about 500,000 times, I just decided, you know what? I was with greatness year one. I was with greatness year two. I don't think I can just give up on them year three. Third time's a charm. Third time's the NBA jam, as we like to say around here. But man, I just don't know. I have to take Chiefs. I have to take Chiefs. I will admit, I am a little bit nervous about both these teams because the Eagles really need to stop the Chiefs' run game and Mahomes running in clutch situations. Because I'll allude to it later. One of my favorite bets has to do with Mahomes rushing. That's going to be what kills them is those big rushes that they're able to get because I think they're going to play okay defense, but at the same time, Mahomes does have Vic Fangio's numbers. So that's going to be something very interesting to keep an eye on. And then for the Chiefs, they're going to have to stop Saquon Barkley. Steve Spagnuolo, apparently in, I think it's like close to 18 playoff games, 19, whatever it is, 100-yard rusher against his defense. So that's something that's going to be very interesting. Overall, though, I think the biggest thing is going to come down to the trenches. Whose offensive line can handle whose defensive line, and who can stay ahead of schedule, especially when it comes to the Eagles. Because I think both these teams, if they get behind the chains, especially in like second down, they get like 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7. That's when these defenses are really going to eat, especially I think with Steve Spagnuolo. I'm very curious to see how many blitzes he calls this game because of how good the Eagles offensive line actually is. But like I said, it's all going to come down. I said all that. It's going to come down to the fourth quarter. Who makes the least amount of mistakes? And let's be honest, who's been making the least amount of mistakes for 3 seasons in a row now when it matters most?
That's how they win.
It's unbelievable. I mean, it's truly how they win. They just find ways to win. I mean, they got Joe Tooney, who's an all-pro left guard playing tackle, and they're still winning games. Their defense has gotten healthier too as the playoffs has gone on, and I think that's really shown because I mean they absolutely messed Josh Allen up. All those people that were saying like why didn't he do this? Why didn't he do that? Probably because if you actually go back and watch, they gave that look. I think 3 or 4 times, didn't blitz out of it any of those times, and then when game's on the line, what do? Blitz out of it. I mean, it's just chess, not checkers, man. And Andy Reid, that boy playing some chess. It's going to be fun. It's honestly going to be a great game. I can truly see the Eagles winning this because, I mean, they've played amazing this year, and Saquon's run wild on a lot of teams. It's just going to be, man, can you fade those Chiefs?
You can't do it for a lot of reasons. Eagles, they're going to shoot themselves in the foot at least twice in this game. They're going to get away from the run game like they do a lot of times this year. They get back to it eventually, but you can't go in droughts against the Chiefs. If you go
Yeah.
2 or 3 drives in a row with only getting one field goal, you're going to lose this game. You basically have to score every bleeping drive,
And
especially
that still
because, in
might
my
not be enough.
opinion, and I've heard this around the world a few times from other people, I think both of these teams want to keep the ball. They're like,
Mm-hmm.
F the splash plays. Let's get 10-minute drives, 15-play drives going. Keep Saquon on the dam. Keep Mahomes on the dam. As long as we got the ball, we're in the
Yep.
best position to win. Um, which is a reason I like the under in this game. Haven't bet it yet. 48. Uh, people are going to come in and bet the over. I'm going to try and get a 49 before kickoff. Um, but that's just jumping into one bet. I think the Eagles just going to shoot themselves in the foot. Nick Sirianni's an emotional guy. He runs off emotions. The emotions run high. He's at his worst. He's not one of those people that gets better when they get heated or get angry. He doesn't get in the zone. He gets out of the zone. And we've seen it in previous, even the last Super Bowl they was in against the Chiefs. He's over there yicking and yapping up 10, thinking he's doing something. Next thing you know, he's going home crying. He's
Yeah.
definitely going to emotionally ruin this game. Saquon, I don't think he gets his. I'm going to go with statistics on this one. He might get 18 carries for 88 yards. But if you're down 13-17 in the second half, they're going to go to Jalen Hurts. And if you're going to Jalen Hurts versus Patrick Mahomes throwing the football, give me Patrick Mahomes every damn time.
And I also just don't. Oh, go ahead.
I do think the Eagles have a chance to win it, but it'll literally have to be Patrick Mahomes getting injured on the first play.
I was about to say, to add on to that, I think the Eagles are gonna. I mean, they're going to see the same defensive looks that the Commanders gave them, where they just sat in a lot of single high safety and just kind of said, "Hey, Jalen Hurts, what you do best, throwing it down the sidelines. Go right ahead. Go right ahead. You're going to have to beat us doing that." I don't think the Chiefs are going to play it that way. I think they're giving him a lot of different looks. I think they're going to force him to throw a lot more over the middle, where that's been a struggle this year, is throwing it a lot over the middle. But I will admit, I'm still a little bit torn, because it's like, man, the Eagles have been so magical. The Saquon's been so magical. It's like, how can you not at the same time? It's the damn Chiefs.
Magic runs out. You got half your defensive line dealing with influenza 17, whatever the hell Jalen Carter got spreading around the locker room. You got Saquon Barkley celebrating his birthday. The Cards, they're just set up for heartbreak for Philadelphia fans.
It's starting to kind of look like it, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's also, especially some stuff you hear.
I don't know how much you believe in karma, but these Eagles fans been doing some teams dirty in the playoffs.
Oh yeah,
fans stealing people's hats, talking trash.
It's like some of it, and they like the trash talking kind of is okay, but some of them, they've been going a little bit too far in some of the stuff. I don't know. I've seen some of them. It's like, damn.
Yeah.
Like y'all just won like 55-23. Like y'all need to
relax, bro.
I do kind of believe
everything's got to be viral these days, though. You got to go to the extreme to get the viral clip.
Yeah. It's kind of disgusting. A little bit.
Man. But, so it seems like we're both on the Chiefs money line as far as just side for this game. Do you have any thoughts on the total? I'm liking the under. I'm trying to get 49.5. Are you just going to stay away from that and play mostly props?
I probably will play, I think, mostly props in this, because I like their last Super Bowl was 35-38, and I'm assuming they had a similar game plan of like controlling the ball. I don't know, man. Like I could see this. I literally could see this being 24-21. Wouldn't be shocked if it was low scoring, 24-17, something like that. At the same time, I also just like, I don't know. These defenses are so good that maybe they'll be able to exploit something. I can't. I lean under, I think, as well. But like, man, I hate betting unders in the Super Bowl. But at the same time, it's like these are two of the best defenses in the NFL, so it's kind of makes sense to bet it.
I got 26-19 Chiefs winning.
I could see that, honestly. It's just the Eagles' offense is what really is. It's hard to get them, because we've seen it all season. They've been on fire towards the end of it, but there were stretches in the season where you're watching them. They're literally just 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 4 and out, 5 and out, punt. It's like, what is this offense doing? And a lot of those times, Saquon was kind of getting shut down a little bit. So it's going to be, I don't know. I think I lean under, though. If I had to pick, I think I do lean under. And then I'm okay with being wrong, because it means we got a cool shootout Super Bowl.
Nah, that's a good way to look at it. I'm going to ask you a few pointed questions, and then I'm just going to take the leash off, because I know you got 17,000 bets that I never even thought of to look at the market. Are you leaning anybody for Super Bowl MVP? Me personally, I'm just going to take a long shot on Chris Jones. If it's anybody on the offense for Chiefs, it'll probably go to Mahomes. I'm going to take Chris Jones at 66-1 just on the thought, if they do stop the run, he might get some credit up the middle. Maybe he gets a few tackles for a loss. Maybe he even forces a fumble. Maybe he does something to wreck this game. And 66-1, I'll take a long shot on, quote unquote, the best defensive lineman in the country.
Yeah, I don't mind that. If it's Chiefs, you got to take Mahomes. I mean, I don't mind Chris Jones at all either, though, if you're going to take somebody from the defense, because it is going to be Chris Jones. It's probably going to be Chris Jones, Patrick Mahomes, and then I would think it'd be Saquon Barkley or Jalen Hurts. Other than that, I really just can't see myself playing like anybody else, because it's just how the award goes. Like I just don't see them going really to a receiver unless, last time I went to a receiver, I think Cooper Kupp won it, I want to say. Could be wrong about that. It could have been Matthew Stafford. I can't remember, but it was like, it takes a lot for a receiver or running back to win it. So like they have to be like, somebody's going to, if you look across the Chiefs receiving, there's not guys other than like Kelsey who really have a chance to do that, because Mahomes spreads it around too much. And same goes for the Eagles. I would say maybe Dallas Goedert, but Dallas Goedert for MVP of the Super Bowl? No. Yeah, I don't like Chris Jones, but other than that, I would not go any farther down than Travis Kelce. Personally, unless because it feels like it's always an offensive player, but I don't mind Chris Jones at all for the odds.
I know there's always that like one every 20 years where it's like some no name nickelback that got 2 interceptions. You're like, who?
It's like Julian Edelman. How'd he win that?
uh
Matt Ryan. What?
yeah,
Just kidding. Not the Dirty Birds.
Matt Ryan.
Man, Falcons handed Tom Brady a ring. 28-3. Just close out the game, boys.
Oh my goodness.
Those
Man.
30-minute half times will do something to you.
Yeah, it's the same. I mean, teams just get in their own head, bruh. And I think that's what's gonna happen to the Eagles, bro. I mean, we watched it 2 years ago. They up 10 at half. You got the game. All you got to do is not blow it, and you blew it.
Yeah.
The same thing's gonna happen this year, bro. The Eagles gonna go up early like they usually do, thinking they did something, and then they gonna come back and get bit by Mahomes, bro. And Nick Sirianni is gonna be spitting, slobbing, groveling. Man,
Rabid like a dog.
what you think's the better odds? Saquon minus 200 anytime touchdown, or go for the gold? Saquon plus 275. See if he gets 2.
Wait. What'd you say the first one was?
Saquon anytime minus 200.
I would just probably play that and then. I mean, it's horrible odds, so but at the same time, it's like I don't mind him to score twice because I think he's one of like three or four people might actually have a chance to score twice. So if you are going to take anybody, I probably would take him. Man, I just don't. I just don't. I haven't decided that fully myself. At least on one book, it looks like he's minus 200, so it's dropping a little bit. But
Yeah,
I mean, it's
minus
still
200.
disgusting.
I also could see Saquon Barkley not scoring at all.
I could too. That's kind of what because if they really want to shut him down, I mean, there's another guy I kind of like is like Dallas Goedert at plus 310 or DeAndre Hopkins at plus 600. Kind of like some of these exotic guys because it feels like
Goddard
especially
plus
with Dallas
300 is literally he's the most popular bet I've heard all week.
Chiefs are ranked 32nd against the tight end. That's probably why. So that'd be my guess for it. But at the same time, like I almost could see Jalen Hurts just stealing all Saquon's touchdowns. Like Saquon gets him down to the 2 or 3, and then all right, Jalen, let's see it. The play that everyone loves that they're probably going to have to talk about this offseason after that whole Commanders debacle. I haven't got a chance to talk about that. That was unbelievable. I had no issue with the tush push play until that whole situation happened. It's like, all right, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah,
it's like refs coming out. We will allow them to score a touchdown if Washington keeps doing this. It's like, all right, so now they have to be passive on the 1-inch line with this play that's unbeatable. Okay, yeah. As a defender, I'll just say I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
That's football for you, bro.
The play is so gross.
Guard the strongest and fastest and most athletic people in the world, but you better not touch them.
You better do it our way.
If they do catch the ball after you've been chasing them for 30 yards, you better not hit them too hard.
It's tough to be a defender these days. But yeah, backtracking your Saquon, I don't mind the plus 2 times score. He's going to be somebody I give out. I didn't give it out. Never mind. I forgot I already wrote the article. No, but it was somebody I was going to give out the score twice, but I just couldn't. Felt like the under a little bit. I'm just like, I'll just maybe have him score once and maybe put it with like Eagles to win or Chiefs to win, whoever I like more. But just tough, man. Odds are just kind of sucky for that. And him to score twice at plus 200, it's like, man, that should be a little bit higher. But
I know, they scared, bro. They shaking in their boots, the books.
Absolutely shook. I mean, Travis Kelce scored twice plus 900, and he had like 8 yards last game.
Yeah. I mean,
absolutely scared.
Shout out to Joe Osborne, huh? I got one prop for you, bro. And then I'm probably going to shut the hell up for 20 minutes. DeAndre Hopkins, over receiving yards, 11 in a hook. Gave it out last week on this show at 13 in a hook. This is the prop, and I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to show my age. I don't give a damn about all the cute shit, all the fun shit. I'm not trying to have fun. I want to watch a good game, and I want to see DeAndre Hopkins catch 2 passes in the first half for 14 yards and relax the rest of the damn day. Give me DeAndre Hopkins over 11.5 receiving yards. That's the bet I'm riding hard with. I'm gonna be on the Chiefs money line. I'm gonna be on that, and I'm gonna try and get the under. Outside of that, I got those exactos I gave you last week, and I got Chris Jones MVP at a long shot. Some small bets. That's my way of having some fun with it. However, I know you been knee deep in the wheat grass.
Man,
You've been looking at if Patrick Mahomes ties his shoe longer than 13 seconds and then comes out and throws a first down pass after it, plus 700. I know you got to bet that if Travis Kelce's toot stinks too much in the locker room, the Chiefs gonna lose.
minus 300.
Yeah.
Burned out some gas in the locker room.
So I'm
No,
gonna go
it's
ahead and give you the floor. Do your thing, bruh. Go crazy. Give out everything you ever dreamed of. This is the biggest game of the year, and it's a damn good one.
just also a sad one because it's a culmination of everything that we've done this season to now be to the point where it's like, man, it's over. It's officially over. But no, I very excited about this game. We'll start with the game specials. I got a few game specials, not as many as I had last year, and we definitely are. We aren't doing the offensive lineman to score a touchdown. Listen, we ain't doing all that. If you want to also check out staredownsports.com, I have these articles posted them yesterday. If you want little like descriptions under each of them, first ones we got is to score an octopus. I got two guys: Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley. Jalen Hurts did it last year in the Super Bowl. It's plus 2,700. Yeah, it just comes down to I think the Eagles are going to be the team that's down. They're going to need to go for the 2-pointer. So it's like, all right, it's either going to be the touch push or it's going to be maybe something that Saquon Barkley is my assumption. So that's why I went with either one of those two guys. And honestly, I couldn't figure out anybody else. If you just want a straight up octopus, I think it's like plus 1,000 and something. I forget where it's at, but you can just bet for somebody to have it. But no, I'm just going to do the two guys I think have the best chance to do it. This is probably my favorite special I'm going to give out. Each team to score one rushing touchdown and one plus passing touchdown. Both these teams did it in the last round. And, I mean, these are teams that they run the ball in, and they also like to throw the ball. So it's like I could literally see it as, all right, Kareem Hunt gets the first touchdown for the Chiefs. And then the Eagles come back down. They throw it to A.J. Brown or somebody else, and the Chiefs get what? I think they already had an end around to Worthy or a drag route to Worthy. That's how they got their passing one. And then for the Eagles, they got the touch push and Saquon Barkley. So, I mean, they're going to score a rushing touchdown. It's just a matter of will they score a passing touchdown, which I think they probably will. Another special.
Or A.J. Brown's going to start crying.
Don't worry. I do like that he's reading on the sideline, though, at least. Maybe he'll find his inner excellence and not get as angry. Not the Super Bowl. He'll get angry. Let's be real. Dallas Goedert, 5+ rush yards and 6+ receptions, plus 470. He had 2 end arounds because they were really trying to give him a touchdown last week. So I'm going to take this because I like the reception play and then add 5+ rush yards for plus 470. It's not my favorite special I'm giving out, but it's one of those ones where it's like, I like this. This is a little fun novelty thing. The one I like a little bit better, Travis Kelce and Dallas Goedert to record 100+ receiving yards and 2+ touchdowns at plus 500. Don't mind it. I think both those guys, the receiving yards is going to be no problem at all. It's just more of the touchdowns is going to be the issue. But at the same time, Travis Kelce scored 2+ touchdowns.
I think opposite. I think they could both get a touchdown before they both get 100 yards.
You might be right about that. It's going to come down really to Kelce and how good of a game he's going to have in the Super Bowl. Is he going to have a Houston Texans game where he has like 100 receiving yards and 15 receptions, or is it going to be like last week or 2 weeks ago when he had, what was it, like 3 for 11? Boy was just out there running at an old age, like the old man he is. Got to get that boy the ball more, Mahomes. No, but there's, I think, 2 more I got left. But yeah, it was crazy, man. That boy Jake Osborne, Joe Osborne, whatever the hell his name is.
I tried to tell you, bro.
He might have just talked up a little bit too much. Actually, the last one I got, novelty. Last time these two teams played, it was tails and Chiefs won the toss. So I'm a big tails never fails guy. I always take tails. So we're going back to tails this year, and Chiefs win the toss. Both these are minus 104. It's just something that I'm gonna probably sprinkle a little bit on, have fun on. I'm not too serious about them. It's just Super Bowl tradition. Throw a little change on the coin toss. Get the rush early.
I've never bet this, but I always go tails never fails, and it's always heads when I want to bet it. I've never bet it though, but I always be like, I'm gonna bet tails this year, and then it's heads. Man, like God damn.
I bet tails the last 2 years, and it was last year was really hard when like heads. Fuck. And then it's good for I like getting the rush out of the way though early though, because then it's like, all right, now let's start thinking with our brains a little bit. That's
Man,
that's
there's some cat on YouTube on X. His whole plan is to pay for his Super Bowl tickets with the coin toss bet. He has like 4,500. I mean $44,500 on heads, and the ticket he bought is like $4,200. So his plan and his whole thing on X is that he's about to get free Super Bowl tickets betting on heads.
either that or he's gonna pay double for that moves.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that's gonna go.
Welcome to my city.
Man, shout out to him though. I respect it.
Yeah, you gotta get some content these days, bro. It's the only way you blow up.
Right?
You gotta
Might
be a
as well.
dumbass. It's the
And
only way to
then
do it. They don't like
get
smart
dunked on in
guys
the
like me
comments.
and you.
Hey, being dumb. Sometimes being dumb can be fun. Hey, no, but
First
now
play
going
from scrimmage to result in a first down plus 280.
I don't mind it. I'm not gonna say I'm taking it, but I don't mind it. No, I'll start going into some of the props. One thing I do want to talk about is I will talk about some first drive stuff because I do have that. But Saquon Barkley, this number's jumped. It's all the way up to 109 now. It was at 103 the other day, and I was leaning the under. And it was also at 113 at one point. So this number has moved.
You talking about rushing?
Yeah.
I'm looking at 112 right now.
See, on another book, it's up even more. On this book, it's dropped to 109. It's been at 103 at one point I saw, and then it skyrocketed back up. This thing has been moving like I don't even know how to describe it.
Minus 125.
Wait.
Like,
yeah, I won't lie. I lean under.
112 and a hook, minus 125.
This isn't a bet I took, but I lean under because we just talked about it. Spagnuolo hasn't given up a 100-yard rusher. And if he does, I don't think Saquon's going to get like 115, 120 yards this game. I think he's going to be at probably about like 80, 90, which is still a great game for running back. But I think the Chiefs are going to be really, really dialed in on stopping him as well. So I just wanted to bring that up because I'm a little bit interested in that. But to kind of bounce back to first drive, I got player to catch a pass. I like Dallas Goedert plus 120. He's done it the last he should have done it the last 2 weeks in the playoffs. I think even last 3 weeks if it goes all the way back. But the only reason he didn't do it last week is Saquon decided to score a 75-yard touchdown or a 60-yard or whatever it was. I don't think that's going to happen again this time. If you look, the very next drive after he scored that, Dallas Goedert got the ball. So I'm looking for him to be the guy that kind of gets it going at plus 120. I really like that odds. It's bounced from plus 110 to plus 120 multiple times. I've seen it both ways. So I'm like, for plus 120, I really like that. And for the Chiefs, we're going Xavier Worthy. He's a guy who the last 2 games has caught a pass on the first drive, and they usually look to get him involved. So I'm assuming as long as they don't go 3 and out, these guys are getting the ball, and they might even get it within the first 2 plays.
Yeah, I can see a bubble screen to Worthy, like second, third play of the drive.
And that's all we need. And all of a sudden, it's like, hey, first drive cashed in. Now we can bet on some touchdown scores. Which, speaking of touchdown scores, some guys I like. Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts, Travis Kelce, Xavier Worthy. And then these are the 4 I can't decide between. I like Kareem Hunt. He scored in like 4 or 5 games in a row. He seems to be the goal line guy now. I kind of like Patrick Mahomes at plus 400. Just can't get myself there. And then the ones I'm deciding between the most is Xavier Worthy and DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins has gone up to plus 650 now. I just feel like with the even though they are the exciting whites, Philadelphia has some smaller corners. So this feels like a good option. Big guy, big hands, fade ball, or some type of play where they get DeAndre Hopkins isolated. So I kind of like him to score. I like his props as well. I like him over 1.5 receptions at plus 126. I like his over with you as well.
Like there's no way DeAndre Hopkins doesn't get 3 or 4 catches for at least 17-something yards.
Yeah, there's no way they don't involve him. In my article I wrote about, I said I expect him to get at least I was just going through the game scripts in my head, kind of like how some drives could go, and I just don't see him not getting at least 3 or 4 chances. Like they have to have 3 or 4 plays drawn up for DeAndre Hopkins. He's not washed up. He's still pretty good. I feel like this would have been one of the things where maybe they've been hiding him a little bit, where it's like I'm not saying they didn't need him, but it's like, hey, we've been beating him other ways. We'll kind of shelf you for a little bit and get you ready for the Super Bowl. So that's plus 650, man. That's pretty good odds. I kind of like that. And it's only, I think, going to go up in the Super Bowl unless he gets involved a lot, which then the books will adjust accordingly very quickly because, like we said, they scared. All right. Now the fun ones. These are some ones that I actually have placed and I'm ready to roll with. My favorite prop of the Super Bowl, Patrick Mahomes are over 5.5 rush attempts, plus 100. With how much they involved him in the Bills' rushing attack and the fact they actually have a design run for him, I think that's going to be a staple now in this Super Bowl because it's all cards on the table, all chips are in, and I just truly don't see how he doesn't hit this over 5.5 rushing attempts. He hit it the last 2 games, and I mean it's kneel downs count. So the best part is something that'll be amazing case scenario. Eagles drive down the field at end of half, and we get a cheap kneel down there that counts as a rush attempt, and then I just don't see how he doesn't run 4 or 5 times himself. So it's kind of like I'm looking at it as 4 or 5 scrambles minimum.
Run, slide, and laugh in their face.
Literally. And then, like I said, also, kneel downs count. So it could be end of the Super Bowl, and he has to take 2 kneel downs, and we're at 4, 5, 6, winner. That's the best part about this is the kneel downs count. And like I said, now that's gone to plus 100. It's like, okay, it's been 4.5 the last 2 weeks. He's gotten, I think, 7 and 11 scrambles. So it's like, he's going to be a part of the running game. We already gave out the DeAndre Hopkins ones. I like Xavier Worthy's receiving. I like him to get like around 6 for 60 this game. It's kind of like my projection a little bit. I know it's very, very round numbers, but I'm just kind of like, I'm rounding it up. I'm not doing like, I expect him to get 57.86 yards. Like I just rounded the numbers up a little bit. So I kind of like it under 60. Not my favorite prop, but he's been getting involved a lot. So I kind of going back to him. But the one I actually love the most for him, Xavier Worthy over 5.5 rushing yards. These end arounds have been money for him. I think he's 4 out of the last 5 games he's hit this over as well, with the only one being he got tackled in the backfield once, and then they just didn't run it again. So as long as he doesn't get tackled in the backfield, I mean, he's going to get probably 2 carries, and 5.5 yards is absolutely nothing for somebody who can run like 25 miles an hour. This one is just like, gotta take it, I guess. Travis Kelce over 6.5 receptions, plus 128. Travis Kelce over 16.5 receiving yards. I expect him to get involved. I think last time these 2 teams played, he had 6 for 81. I just don't see, it's the Super Bowl. I just don't see how they don't throw it to Travis Kelce. So it's one of the things where I'll be taking his over. I don't expect him to have like a Houston Texans type game where he had like 500 yards. I expect it to be a little bit more controlled.
His ACL alternator and battery is still in Houston somewhere on that field.
Hey, he had 2 weeks to find that thing. He better have found it. No, it's just tough. I'll admit that's one of the tougher ones where I'm like, I don't know fully, but at the same time, it's Travis Kelce. They're gonna get him involved. I feel like, and the Eagles are probably gonna blow a coverage where he's wide open, and then he runs for 15 yards because he's slow and old now. Shout out to Travis Kelce. No, I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I would say out of all the props I've given out so far, it's probably my second least favorite, but I think I said I like the receptions I like the yardage a little bit more than the receptions because I like the 60 yards. It's a good number for him, especially with how explosive he can be. But receptions, I'll admit, little high, little nervous about that one. Another bet I really like, Patrick Mahomes over 1.5 passing touchdowns, minus 154. I'll admit, I'm probably just going to throw this in with something like maybe him to do that, take one anytime touchdown. Probably going to be a parlay leg more than anything else for me, just for the fact it's minus 154. I don't really want to throw too much on. I might think Patrick Mahomes over 1.5 passing touchdowns, Chiefs money line. I think that's plus money. I think it was like plus 120 something last time I looked. So kind of what I like there. Dallas Goedert over 49.5 receiving yards and over 4.5 receptions. I like Dallas Goedert to have a big game. I think I did 6 for 65 was kind of my projection for him. And then I think he might even score. I think it's plus 310. I kind of like him to score, but
that's the most popular bet, man.
That's the reason I kind of don't like him to score.
Yeah.
It's because everyone's betting on it now, so it's kind of like, man. I mean, I understand that, the books aren't going to call it and be like, all right, we got enough money on it. They got it. Sorry, you ain't scoring this. Like, that's not going to happen, but I like his receiving and his receptions a lot more than the touchdown. So it's like, I'm going to take those and then be fine with missing out on the touchdown. We talked about that. Kareem Hunt over 43.5 rushing yards. He's hit it both the last. He's had 44 and then I think 60-something rushing yards. He seems to be the back over Pacheco. I guess Pacheco's just not fully healthy, but he's healthy enough to play. So I'm just going to take Kareem Hunt's rushing over in that case. And then we got final 2 fun ones before I give out my nasty boy. And then that's basically all I got for the Super Bowl for it. We kept it nice and clean, about 22 bets. Patrick Mahomes over 4.5 rushing yards in the fourth quarter. Jalen Hurts over 6.5 rushing yards in the fourth quarter. Both these just feel way too low, especially the Mahomes ones. I absolutely love the Mahomes one. I mean, 4.5. I mean, he's going to get that in one scramble in the fourth quarter. It's going to be a big play, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7. He's going to scramble for a first down, and then we just got to pray that maybe those 2 kneel downs don't bite us in the butt, and all of a sudden he loses the yards. And then for Jalen Hurts, I mean, he has a tush push that will help him. He has He has some those push that can help him, and he's an athletic quarterback himself. I mean, 6.5 yards is not really anything. I see it very similar. Both these guys get 1 or 2 scrambles, and it's just a matter of in those 1 or 2 scrambles they actually get over it. And then the nasty boy, the final one of the season, the Parnell's nasty boy parlay play of the day, as said in my article. Shout out Stare Down Sports. Plus 1549. We're going for the fences. I think I think it's 15 to win 227 at the time of me placing it. Kareem Hunt, anytime touchdown. Like I said, he's done it multiple games in a row at this point. Plus 145. Damn, I forgot I had DeAndre Hopkins odds. I need to fix that as we're talking. DeAndre Hopkins over 1.5 receptions, plus 126. Patrick Mahomes over 4.5 rushing yards in fourth quarter, minus 1. I don't know if that's changed. Actually, I don't think the odds matter. And then Dallas Goedert over 4.5 receptions. So just read that real quick again. Kareem Hunt anytime touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins over 1.5 receptions. Patrick Mahomes over 4.5 rush yards in fourth quarter. And Dallas Goedert over 4.5 receptions. That's plus 1549. We are up, I believe. Let me check the stats. I got it right here. We're up $554 on the year with the Nasty Boys. 6-45 record. So to be up that much money is pretty impressive, honestly, because I've been on a bit of a cold streak. So I'm ready to end the year on a banger.
Yeah, I like all of them except for Goedert.
That's the one I'll admit. I just need to get an Eagles player in there. It is, but I feel like he's going to be heavily involved because, like I said, the Chiefs really struggled against guarding the tight end. So that's why I liked his. And then I was sitting there, like I had Patrick Mahomes throw over 1.5 passing touchdowns in there. I'm like,